not totally sure where I left off on this. So I'm just going to kind of start from here. Right? So, what have I got going on today? Well, I had a really interesting, morning. I lived the, I'm going to save this 2x4 in 1984 and finally use it. So, let me show what I got going on here. I'm really proud of myself with this hoard construction project. Everybody knows I'm a hoarder. We've all seen my garage. The hoard finally paid off. So, as you can see here, this is my grinding bench for my cups. I have some cups here that I'm going to grind. I'm not going to grind those on camera today because, you see me grind cups once. You see me grind them a dozen times, except for when I break one, which I did break one again the other day. But, so, what did I do? Well, I had this hose here. This hose here runs all the way over to a four-way manifold that I have glommed in over there. And this is my hose that I've been using. Now, believe it or not, I got this sink I took from a scrapper. He was going to junk it, and I'm like, hey, dude, can I have that sink? And he's like, yeah, sure. I think I gave him like $5 for it. So I've had it literally for like 15 years, maybe not that long, but pretty close to that. And I never hooked it up because I just never hooked it up. So this morning I had an epiphany, and the epiphany was, this is stupid. Filling it with the hose is dumb, right? Because I have a faucet. Well, I never even checked to see if the faucet worked. So I go through my hoard and start pulling through my shit. And guess what? I came up with two fittings. A fitting that'll screw into the original hose inlet. A fitting that would screw into a hose adapter, because this is pipe thread. Well, actually it's compression thread, but it's pipe thread to hose, right? I had this thing laying around. This is a hose repair piece, because this hose was cut. It goes into here. Now this Y does leak a little bit, but I'm going to fix that. The other thing I had to do was I had to block off the cold water, which is this line here, which, believe it or not, I had a piece of 3/8" copper tubing and a 3/8" compression fitting, which goes into the other hose. And that runs all the way down over here into my bucket, so when I turn the water on, is filling the bucket too at the same time. And this hose works. I was very proud of myself for that. The other thing I did was I fixed the blade guard on my tile saw. So again, I went into the hoard and I found this piece of acrylic that I had laying around. Actually, it's a pretty big piece. It's nice and it's thin. And the only thing I haven't done is actually, I screwed it to this block of wood, and what it does is, you can see right here, it catches the sling off the blade. I do need to address this because I kind of like this clamp and I don't want to leave it out here. I kind of like this clamp and I don't want to leave it out here. So we got that going. So remember, ladies, when you're bitching about your husband's hoard, there you go. It all paid off. This project cost me nothing today. The only thing I don't have, and if I was ambitious enough, is I don't have a female hose barb repair for a garden hose. So that's theoretically the only thing I need, because I want to attach a garden hose here, a real garden hose, here and give it like 5 or 6 feet of length, because this one isn't long enough to do what I want it to do, which would be to hose other stuff down. And quite frankly, when winter or summer comes and I can take the pump out of the pool, I can just use that hose because that's a short hose. But I don't want like a 50-foot long hose here. I don't need a 50-foot long hose here. But I could use a 50-foot long hose. I don't need a hose. I got hoses everywhere. Well, there you go. Well, as short and as sweet as I could make it.